Hey everybody, it is Kit here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Sims Thor. Okay, the English is already failing me today. Sims 4 Through the Veil series. We are back with Felicity Fate and this wonderful image. Oh my gosh. Okay, so massive shout out to Tiger Shera, who if I'm smart, I will link y'all to her channel below. I know it's on my, or I don't know. I took 2 photos, which y'all will see later. And I was trying really hard to figure out what to do with the thumbnail, and because I loved both of them, and they both kind of fit the theme for today. Big episode, very excited for this one. And she did me a solid. She and G Lovely on Twitter both were like, why don't you combine them? And, gave me like a handy little program that I could. But Tiger beautifully did it for me. And so thank you so much. I'm saving this, by the way. It is going into a folder and it is never, ever, ever being deleted. I love it so much. So yeah. I hope y'all's weekend was good. Happy April. I don't know what happened. I still feel like we're in, like, March 1st. I don't know what happened. But yeah, so today's episode is going to show y'all the monkey wrench that my game decided to throw in my plans, and I decided to go with the flow. And I'm excited about what's coming. I hope I can pull it off. And if not, well, we just ignore it. That sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan. So yeah, let's buckle up for the ride and let's see what this unexpected circumstance is. The headache was getting worse as the weeks went by. Normal people would go to the doctor. Felicity was not one of them. It must have been a symptom of overexertion. She hadn't done this much rigorous spellcasting since, well, she couldn't remember. But she could take a break. After all, she deserved one. This was becoming quite the chore, and Felicity avoided those on principle. Clearly, a trip to the city was in order. Her twin texted something about Alice's baby and when she was going to come over next, since apparently she was now allowed, or when she was to start upgrading Felicity's tower. Felicity ignored the text, just like she ignored the headache. Oh, but toys. She hesitated. She was going to be visiting Alice and Evie soon enough. Might as well bring the little baby some toys. She was going to be his favorite auntie after all, even if the child didn't know it yet. How much for the toys? The way Felicity saw it, it was an investment. She was going to be around Alice and her sister for a good long while, and the new baby too. Toys would be a useful tool to keep the baby happy. No one could say Felicity only thought of herself, really. She did things for other people when it suited her whims. And just like that, Felicity pivoted. The pretty blonde from a few weeks ago. Another wonderful distraction. And another opportunity. And this time, Brandy took to the flirts beautifully. But Felicity kept her cool this time, just engaging in a nice conversation. She asked the usual questions, pretending interest in where this woman lived, an empty lot somewhere, yada yada. Brandy had to go to work soon. How sad. But Felicity knew a date or romp in the sheets was right around the corner. Excellent. Some fish were slow to bite, But if the bait was good enough, they would bite. The chase was almost as exciting as the catch. But alas, her headache wouldn't let up, no matter how many distractions. It was something magical, surely. Something with that pesky balance. Ugh. But she could handle this herself. She didn't need help. No. She wouldn't give Evangeline the satisfaction. But, she hated potion making. Spells, fire, lightning, chaos. None of these things were to be found in a stuffy room at the bottom of a boiling cauldron. The fumes took her straight back to her magical studies as a child. They were torturous then, and it was torturous now. But if she could find her answers by herself and bring the pesky Adam back all by herself, then the fumes and torture would be worth it. She was Felicity Fate, after all. She was just as talented as her twin, as just as capable. The professors had never seen that in her as a child, but look at her now. So even though she hated doing it, she had a point to prove, with no one watching. She read old, dusty textbooks she had forgotten to throw out. She looked up countless magical forums. She spent hours meditating, ruminating, and experimenting. She would get to the bottom of this, somehow, by herself. It was another few days before she left her tower, head pounding and muscles in dire need of a good jog. Then her phone rang with a tantalizing proposal she couldn't quite refuse. Someone wanted to duel her. Someone thought they were good enough to take her on. How ridiculous, but exciting. The patriarch of the Westfall family. Felicity couldn't quite remember his name. Ezekiel, was it? Felicity didn't exactly have time for this, but Ezekiel had proposed an interesting arrangement. A duel set in the magic realms, all bets off. He wanted to see how he fared against someone of a fate caliber, given he was soon to be on the council. If she won, there would be an artifact in it for her. Usually, Felicity avoided the magic realms and cared little for dueling the other casters. She didn't get along with a single one, all of them normally going to cry to the pesky council and the elusive sages at the drop of a hat. Oh, then there was that summons to the council she had been ignoring for months as well. She had forgotten about that. They must have given up, since she hadn't received any more. But this duel, well, it was interesting, exciting, different. As for an artifact, maybe it would help her with a pesky little clerical error. All bets off, Westfall? Easy. All bets off. Just the words she was looking for. Her first spell was strong. Felicity lived for duels, breaking the boundaries of magic set in place for them all. Chaos was power, and she thrived in it. She didn't know much about the Westfalls or what Ezekiel's strengths were, but she was pleasantly surprised to find he was able to block her chaotic bolt of energy. Exhausted and spent, the duel was done. The spell cast, binding complete. It worked. Against all odds, it had worked. Felicity fate was dealt with. Maybe the balance would be set to rights now. No one can meddle with the forces of nature, not even the Fate Sisters. Felicity had gone too far this time. It was up to Ezekiel Westfall to set it right. Ooh, well, how do you like them apples? As much as Felicity likes to duel, she doesn't do it enough, apparently. Yeah, so, the event that threw a monkey wrench in my plans was him asking her and really taunting her to a duel. And I don't know, I was just taking pictures, wasn't sure where I was going to stick it in my idea, in my plans. And then she freaking lost. And I was like, are you kidding me? Because, like, I thought she was stronger than him, and I'm not entirely certain game-wise where. Lore-wise, yes. But, yeah. So, next time we will be exploring a bit about this balance, how Ezekiel did it, and revealing some things. You could say that Felicity's a little upset with me, though. So, yeah. You know, were you guessing it did you think it was going to go this way? Let me know. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I had so much fun scripting this and figuring this out. And then I found that music and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to do this. So, yeah. Spellcasting duels are one of my absolute favorite things in this game. They did it absolutely so well. I love the animations, the faces, the sparks, everything. It's fantastic. So, anytime I get to show it off, I'm very happy. But, yeah. So, what do you think? How do you think Felicity's going to get herself out of this one this time? Yeah. Where do you think she's going? Yeah. How do you think Ezekiel did it? Yeah. Have a great week, y'all. And next week we are going to be playing a caster household. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Not the Westfalls, but the Westfalls do know them, and they know the Westfalls. So, yeah. But, yeah, have a great week, you guys, and I will see you when I see you. Bye!